we are again. Welcome to chair yoga. So let's just start by stretching our arms high overhead. Whatever good kind of stretch that looks like for you. A little bit side to side, forward and back. Maybe starting to rotate your arms in little circles. Just really stretching the side ribs and the side body. And as you do that, your ribs will lift, giving you more space in your abdomen, more space in your lower back to breathe easier. And then as you're ready, let's take that down to the shoulders. Maybe raising and lowering one and the other. Adding gentle little twist side to side. Maybe looking at the back wall a couple times. Back and forth. And then coming into your seat. And allow your sit bones to sink down into your chair, planting your feet firmly on the ground, hands firmly on your lap. And today let's work with connecting to the center of the planet. So getting your top of your head, feeling like it's being pulled by a little string up to the ceiling. And feeling your sit bones and your roots and your feet, and even through your hands, through your legs, feel all of that grounding. So first you feel your connection to your thighs, the chair, and the floor. And then just allowing those 3 or 4 points of contact to get heavy. And to sink further and further down to the center of the earth. Taking a few deep breaths, inhaling in and out through the nose. And coming back to your breathing, notice if you're breathing in a 360-degree pattern all around your ribs, expanding your belly. Taking 3 more nice deep breaths here. The belly expands on the inhale. And the belly contracts on the exhale. And then gently wiggling the toes, wiggling the fingertips. And moving the shoulders a little bit, coming back into the body. We'll bring the hands together at the heart space. If you wish to set an intention for class today, maybe there's a word or phrase that comes to mind. And breathing 3 times into your hands, into your hearts. And gently release your hands as you're ready. Palms face forward, down at your sides. Opening your shoulders, so squeezing your shoulders on your back and just drawing your hands back a little bit, opening this upper part of your chest. And you're just gonna tuck around your back just a little bit and then open the ribs forward and upper chest, squeezing the shoulder blades, hands are drawing down to the floor. Squeeze for 3, 2, 1, and then release the shoulders, hunch them forward, and roll the shoulders back. Squeeze, and breathe and hold. 3, 2, 1, and release, come forward, and let's do that one more time. Squeeze the shoulder blades, draw the shoulders down the back. This time maybe bring your gaze a little bit higher, adding an extra stretch to the throat. Holding and breathing for 3, 2, 1. And softly release your shoulders. Bring your hands to your knees. And bring the torso side to side. And then bring this torso forward and back. So kind of like a little cat and cow. Drawing the chest forward, rounding the back, tucking the chin, looking at your belly button. 2 or 3 more times, slowly moving from one to the other. Coming back to sit up tall. Let's stretch side to side. So keep one hand on your thigh. We're going to reach the other one straight up to the ceiling. And you might just stay here, or you might lean over a little bit. So pausing and breathing here. And come back up to the ceiling and release that hand down to the knee. Other side, lift the hands, stretch high to the ceiling. You can stay here or slightly lean over a little bit to the side. Pausing and holding, breathing 3 breaths. Coming back through center, fingertips reach, and then release the hand down to your thigh. Let's bring our hands to the opposite knee, and you're going to bring one hand to the back of your chair, twisting over to the side. So just rotating your whole trunk, your gaze over to the wall. Sit up tall, twist your shoulders, engage your belly. Release, come back through center, and we'll do the other side. Opposite hand, the opposite knee, twisting, looking to the other side. Using the back of the chair to help you leverage, twisting to the side, gaze over your heart space. And release and come back to center. We'll inhale, arms come overhead, fingers touch. Exhale, palms reach down to your sides. Inhale, arms overhead, fingers touch. Exhale, arms come down. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands come back down to your lap. Let's add that extra little side stretch again. So first arm comes straight up and over, reach high out of your chair, pushing down with that hip And then you can reach over to the side. So maybe reach a little bit further than you did before. Maybe you're pushing your hand into your knee. For 3, 2, 1, and release and lower the hand to the thigh, other side. First, reach hand up, stretch, fingertips high, and then over to the side. Pressing into the thigh this time. Noticing how that adds a little extra torque to your stretch. 3, 2, 1, and release hands down to your sides. Roll your shoulders in circles backwards. And then let's make bigger circles with our arms. So you can keep just moving your shoulders, or you can add the arms. And then bring the arms forwards. Circles moving forwards. And then pause with both arms forwards. And you're just gonna reach forward with your fingers, so your gaze is at the floor. And then we'll come back to sitting, raise the arms overhead. Reach high, lower the arms 90 degrees to the floor. Reach forward, stretching your back. Come back to sitting, arms 90 degrees. Raise your arms high overhead. And let's do that one more time. 90 degrees with your arms, parallel to the floor. Reach forward with the fingertips, gaze to the floor. Engaging your belly, reaching, reaching. Come back to sitting, arms parallel, arms overhead. And then palms reach out, down to your sides. Let's kind of shake out the body a little bit. Release that tension that we just built up. Add a little twist, side to side. And then back to arms parallel to the floor. So now we're going to do our opposite circles. So you're going to have one arm, maybe it's the right arm coming up, the left arm going down, and making these circles in opposite directions. So you can go as slow as you want. One arm moving backwards, one arm moving forwards. If you want to speed it up a little bit, you can. All right, 2 more. And pause in the middle. And then let's go the other direction. So whichever hand needs to go up now, and the other hand go down. So opposite circles, going slowly to start. And then if you want to, you can go a little bit faster. Kind of swinging your arms, one forward and one backwards. And if you have to go slower again to get it, that is okay. You gotta start somewhere. All right, last one. And arms back to center, and we'll bring the hands back to the waist. Tipping over to one side. Feeling like you're a little teapot. Tipping over to the other side. And one more time each side. And back. Last All right, arms, body comes back to center. Press both hands on top of your heart space. And we're gonna open with the right hand. Watch your hands, and then slowly bring it back to your heart. And then you're gonna switch. So left arm, watch your fingers with your eyes. And slowly come back to center, switch. Right arm opens, gaze looks out to the side. Maybe you're looking at your thumb, maybe you're looking at the ends of your fingers, back to your heart. Open the left side. Slowly. Strengthening your eyes, your awareness as you slowly open one side. Come back to heart center and then slowly open the other side. All right, last time each side. Right. And left. And back to the heart. Pausing and taking 3 breaths in and out through the nose. And then releasing your hands back down to your lap on the exhale. From here, let's do hands pressing top and bottom. And so we're going to slowly bring them down to the heart. So you can have whichever hand you want at the top, but you're going to keep palms facing each other. So one's going to start down near your chair, and the other is going to start at the top of your head. So just feel your palms nice and flat. Your shoulders are down your back, sitting tall. We're going to ever so slowly start to press the air together. So slowly moving your hands towards each other. And then they're gonna just meet and pause in the center. Taking an extra deep breath here, in and out. And then sliding the fingertips across from each other. Open the hands wide. Cactus arms, squeeze the shoulders. And then bring the elbows forward, round the back a little bit, tuck the chin. We're gonna open the arms, gaze looks up, squeeze the shoulders, draw the elbows back, and then match the elbows and the hands together, coming forward. 2 more times. Inhale, open, stretch. Exhale, close and tap. Last one, inhale and open. And exhale and close. All right, open the arms back to cactus. Let's bring the hands to the shoulders and gently twist side to side. So maybe come a little bit forward on your chair. You don't tap the back of the chair. Just loosening up those side muscles in the back and the belly. All right, when you're feeling nice and warmed up here, Extend your arms wide, palms face the ceiling. And we're gonna come back to the heart space, only this time we're gonna switch and switch and switch. The palm at the heart, open the arm. So you still might be following your gaze with your thumb as you turn your head side to side, but it's a little bit faster than we were doing before. So sliding your hands to the heart and then sliding the other arm open. Tap the heart. Always come back and tap the center of the heart. All right, one more time each side. Come back, pause with both hands over your heart space, breathing into your belly. On your next exhale, release the arms. And let's come and bring up the right knee into the chest, rolling your ankle in circles. Rolling it in the other direction, maybe another 5 circles. And then start to roll your hips side and back to center. You can even make some circles with this knee. Maybe hold it with one hand if that's available, or you can just keep holding it with 2 hands, whatever works for you. And then rolling it in the other direction. Roll it back to center. And now we're going to rotate that knee joint. So bring your hands under your thigh. And you're just going to let your calf flop, maybe 5 circles in one direction. And 5 circles in the other direction. Straighten that leg and bend the knee. 4 more times. Straighten the leg, bend the knee. And last time, lowering that foot down to the floor, gaze looks forward, and then round the back, tuck the chin, cat and cow. Opening the chest, and then tucking the chin. All right, sit up tall again, and let's do the other side. So this time I'm going to grab my left knee, sit up tall, and roll the ankle in 5 circles in one direction. 5 circles the other direction. And then start to move that hip out to the side and back to the middle. So if this is comfortable for you, you can start to move the knee in circles, move the hip in circles, maybe holding on to it with one hand. And then reversing directions, 5 more circles. Back to center. Let's hold under the thigh with 2 hands, and we're just going to let that calf dangle. So 5 circles, stewing a big pot of stew, stirring rather. Other direction, 5 circles. And then let's straighten that leg, press through the heel, and bend the knee back. So 4 more times, stretch and bend. 3, 4, and 5. Release, bring that foot down to the ground, sit up tall again, gaze up to the ceiling, stretch the neck. And then slowly tuck the chin and roll all the way down. So you're gonna bring your hands down your calves, maybe hold your ankles and tuck your chin. So maybe your chin is resting on your knees. And then we're gonna slowly unroll the spine. Maybe your arms roll back up your legs. Unrolling 1 vertebrae at a time. Unroll the head last. Gaze looks up. And then again, tuck the chin to start. Rolling 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way down to the floor for forward fold. Hands come down the calves. Maybe the chin or the forehead to the knees. Take a breath at the bottom. And then slowly unravel the spine. Arms come back up. Coming back to sitting. Sitting tall. Opening the chin, looking up to the ceiling. And let's do that 1 more time. So tucking the chin. 1 vertebrae at a time, rolling all the way down. Forward fold. Take a breath at the bottom. And then slowly unroll the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. Back to sitting, open the throat, look to the ceiling. And then chin comes back to neutral. Let's bring the hands to the belly. And breathe into your belly space here. So as you inhale, belly expands like a balloon. And exhale, contracts. I've just been taking a breathing workshop, and the breath always starts making sure you can breathe all the way down to your belly and making sure that as you inhale, you're filling the belly and exhale, deflating. So that's step 1. All right, let's slide our hands back to our low backs, and we're just gonna rub our low backs up and down. Maybe bring it to the sides, maybe to the belly, wherever feels good here, and you might just sweep up and down. So maybe focus more on your back. Maybe give yourself a little massage here, finding some points or some squeezes that feel good. You can even circle the hips. And then maybe start to bring the hand side to side from one hip to the other. So across the back and across the front. Whatever feels good to you here, starting to open up that center belt flow channel. All right, and hands come back to center. Let's bring one hand to the belly and one hand to the upper chest. And notice where you're breathing now. Maybe extend your breathing, maybe taking longer sips of air in and longer exhales out. And then as you're ready, slowly relax your hands. Let's come to standing and do a little bit of standing. So you can turn your chair to the side or just leave it forward. I'm going to turn mine so you can see me a little bit better. Backwards a little bit. All right. So from here, let's come up onto our tiptoes and hold on to your chair and just bring your hips towards the chair. We're gonna find ourselves in like a little bit of an arch here, and you can look up to the ceiling and then lower your heels. You can still do this with your heels on the floor. You can just look up and then come back to center. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, just come up onto your toes, press into the top of your chair, make sure it's on a carpet or something so it doesn't slide. And look up, and then lower your heels. Maybe come into a little tucked chin, and then let's do that maybe 4 more times. So standing tall, and then tucking the chin. Moving at your own pace, breathing through each of the motions, maybe inhaling to come up to standing, look high, and exhale to lower and slightly tuck your chin. All right, let's do one more. And lower down, and come back to standing tall. All right, let's face, I'm gonna face forward with one hand on my chair. And now we kind of did that side, the front to back with the hips motion. So let's do a little bit deeper to the side. So you can start with your hand on your hip. And we're just gonna push the hip, I'm pushing my left hip out towards the left wall. So if you can just lean over just a little bit, that's fine. If you want to make little micro movements, come down and come back to standing, you can. And then maybe press your hip out to the side and hold this for 3 more longer breaths here. And then come back to standing. Let's add, you can continue to do what we were just doing, or if you want, you can add the left toes out to the side. And then we're gonna tip down, and you can add an arm. Just a little bit more. So adding a full body stretch to the left side. So you're pointing through your toes to the floor, And reaching your fingertips at a diagonal. So maybe you're looking up to your fingers or just forward towards the camera. All right, and then let's release, come back to standing, give yourself a little wiggle. And then we'll do that again. So again, just standing where you are and tipping down, or adding the leg and adding the arm. Breathing into the stretch, pointing with the toe, reaching with the fingertips. Breathing. And then slowly release and come back to standing, just walking out your knees, side to side. All right, I'm gonna move my chair over to my left and do this on the right. So stand up tall, maybe about a foot or two away from your chair with one hand pressed in the top of the chair. We're gonna start with those hip presses out. My right hip is going out to the right. And just to warm up, maybe we'll come down to the side like we were doing in the chair earlier and come back to standing. So pressing the hip right and coming back up. A couple more times here. And then as you're ready, you can come down and hold. Just breathing into that space at your hip. Feeling the hip and the side just slowly starting to stretch. And come back up. And let's come down one more time. Again, if you need to come out early, just come out a little bit early, but just pressing the hip to the side, just enough that feels like it's a comfortable stretch. Breathing into the space. And coming back to standing. All right, we're gonna add the leg now. So if you want, you can add the toes pointed towards the floor. I'm using my right toes. You can keep staying here and just lean over. Just notice how that is a little bit different with the foot. Or you can add the arm and reach your arm up to the ceiling, feeling that like you're half of an really stretching high. Breathing for maybe 3 breaths. Gaze to your fingertips or gaze forward, wherever feels comfortable for your neck. Stretch a little bit more, and then release the arm, release the leg back to center. Maybe walk out your knees a little bit. And then let's do that one more time. Bring your toes out to the right. If you want, you can add your arm overhead and stretch. Breathing, holding. And then slowly lowering your arm, bringing your leg back to center, walking out your knees. All right, and let's move into our little tapping sequence. So bringing your fingertips to your cheekbones, tapping. Here it's always nice to anchor your feet. Remember the earth we started with at the beginning of class, anchoring your feet down to the earth so they're nice and flat. And feeling your feet getting heavier as they connect to the center of the planet. Tapping on the upper chest. Tapping in the center at the sternum. Taking deep breaths in through the nose. And this, when we do tapping, it's nice to breathe out through the mouth. Bring your tapping down to the front of the rib cage. And then tapping over on the sides of your rib cage. And then holding the rib cage here, just noticing and allowing the vibrations to move into the bones. Feeling the ribs expand and contract. On your exhale, sweep the arms down, sweep the belly down along the waist, sweep the back, sweeping around and down. All right, and moving into the crossovers, right hand, left shoulder, take a deep breath in. Exhale, slowly crossing the body to the opposite hip. Left hand, right shoulder, breathe in. And exhale, down and across. Right hand, left shoulder, breathe in. Exhale, down. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, cross. And then at your own pace, keep crossing left hand and right hand to your opposite shoulder, sweeping down the body. And then let's add a little extra here. So today we're going to cross both arms over your shoulders. Draw them down your arms and pulling off the fingertips. And then opposite cross. Pulling down your shoulders, your arms, and off your fingertips, opposite cross. And sweep down the arms. One more time. And off. And then this time we're going to cross the arms and then sweep down across the belly, sweeping all the way down the front of the legs, off the feet. And come back up to standing, cross the arms, sweep down the belly. This time go down the sides of the legs, down to the feet, off the feet, sweep the arms forward, cross the arms, sweep across the belly. Sweep down the back of the legs, down to the heels, off the toes, come forward. Let's reach high with the hands this time. And sway like a tree from side to side. Noticing the weight shift in your right foot and your left foot. Both pausing with your hands up high, look up to the ceiling, and then arms sweep out, palms down, and finding forward fold, hands come down to the floor, bending your knees as much as you need to. Taking a big breath at the bottom. And then we're going to reverse swan dive those arms all the way back up to the ceiling. So inhale, fingertips rise, up to the ceiling, look up. Exhale, palms reach out, swan dive, forward, forward fold, down to the floor. Hands touch the floor, take a deep breath in and out. Sweep your arms out to the sides in a T, coming all the way back up to standing. Fingers touch. And exhale, palms press down, swan dive, big sweep back down to the ground, forward fold. And last time, inhale, arms sweeping all the way back up to the ceiling. Look up to your fingertips. And exhale, arms down to your sides. Pausing here, bringing one hand to your belly and one hand to your upper chest. See if you can breathe into both of those spaces under your hands. Bringing all your attention, all your awareness to the breathing. And then as you're ready, you can lower your hands. We'll come back to our chairs. And we'll do a little bit more movement before we move into our meditation. So first, hands on the thighs. Let's rotate the torso in circles. Other direction. And back to center. Let's come back to pressing the heart. So one hand back to the top of your head, one hand lower to your waist or your chair. Taking a deep breath in and out. And then slowly pressing your hands and all of this energy and air together. Notice if you have to take a deep breath before you can shift your hands any further. Or maybe notice how your hands are just moving like butter. And pausing as your hands touch, taking a deep breath in and out. And slowly, softly, just moving your arms further apart, opening palms, reach up to the ceiling. Just gently allowing your body to be open to receiving. Pausing, breathing, maybe closing your eyes. And just see if you can notice how light and open your body's feeling right now. And then slowly bring one hand to the belly and then the other hand on top of it, coming back to your belly breathing. So moving into our quiet meditation, you're welcome to keep your hands on your belly or move your hands to your thighs. You're welcome to turn your legs down a little bit lower. I'm just moving into this quiet space, this supportive space. Taking the next 5 minutes or so to just allow the body to be present with the breathing. And the mind to be present with the body and the breathing. Feeling comfortable, feeling relaxed. And allowing the breath to rise and the breath to fall. So coming back to your breathing, maybe deepening your belly breath. Maybe opening your eyes. Maybe heel-toeing your feet, bringing a little bit of awareness back to the body, finding a little bit of a rocking motion. And then let's bring the right hand behind the ear. We're gonna tuck behind the ear, tracing down the neck, down off the back of the shoulder, behind the elbow, and pull off the ring finger. And we're going to do that 2 more times. So tuck the hair down your neck, down your shoulder, off behind your elbow, off the ring finger. 1 more time, behind your ear, down the neck, off the arm, off the ring finger. And 3 times on the other side. Pulling down the arm, off the elbow, off the opposite ring finger, 2 more times. Just gently tracing, just gently calming the nervous system. And then rubbing the hands together. And then we'll gently place them over the temples, or maybe over the forehead, or over the eyes, wherever feels good to you to place your hands. Taking 3 deep breaths in and out. And then slowly come down, hands come down to your heart space, breathing 3 times, hands to the heart. Being present with the breath, being present with the body, and being present with the mind. Let's bring our palms together, thumbs touching the heart space, coming back to our intentions from the beginning of class, and noticing how they sit with you now. Breathing 3 times into your hands, into your hearts. Thank you all for joining me today. It's great to have you all here. Namaste.
Thank you, Stephanie.
You're very
Can
welcome.
you send me the recording?
Yeah, we'll see if we can get that together.
Okay. Thank you. See you next week, if not
All right.
before.
Sounds good.
Bye-bye.
Oh, you saw, you know, the cat that you saw
Hi, everybody.
Lucy.
This is Jasper, my grandson,
What's
Stephanie's nephew.
going on?
Hi, Jasper.
You guys joined us today.
Yeah.
You did a great job.
I think